Veronica's Crushed is the fifth episode of the second season of Veronica's Closet, and initially, when I started watching this, I was thinking this feels a little too soon, a little too early in the day for this narrative. But ultimately, where it ended up, I actually thought, nah, maybe it's not too soon after all. And I might discuss what I mean by that with a spoiler warning once I get in with this. So the main narrative revolves around Veronica having a crush on Alec, and I did think, he's not been in it very long. It's maybe a little too early in the day to throw a spanner in the works. And as Olive rightly says, it would be really dangerous for Veronica to start a relationship with Alec because they're partners. They see each other every day. They have to make important decisions about the company, and if they dated and it didn't go well, then that would make things really awkward. And I honestly didn't know what they were going to do with this story, and I think I'll talk about that with a spoiler warning in a moment. We also have a subplot that's kind of interesting because it involves Perry and Leo. Leo's staying with Perry, and Leo buys a snake, which I thought was kind of random, but really kind of fascinating because it was so unexpected. And Perry doesn't have the most friendly response to this. He's getting fed up of Leo being around. He just wants his own space, and we see this tension between the friends. And obviously, they work together, so that could also be quite difficult at work. I think it's also quite interesting, not just because we don't often see that much of Perry's home life, and also Leo to an extent. It was quite nice to see them out of the office, wearing casual clothing, getting a different side to those characters, and I thought that was really fascinating and something that was pretty cool and pretty enjoyable, and something I'd certainly like to see more of. So I really enjoyed this episode. I thought it was very funny, very entertaining, very thought provoking. As I said, it did feel too soon. But ultimately, what happened, I guess I'll discuss now with a spoiler warning. I don't think I have anything else to say about anything specific. Oh, actually, yes, I do. One thing I do want to say is I love the scene in the restaurant with the paparazzi, with the photographer, and what Alec did. I mean, it was pivotal to shaping Veronica's feelings, but I just think what he did there was a great turning point for the character, for the professional relationship with Alec and Veronica, and what Alec is willing to do to help and protect his business partner. I just thought it was beautiful, really beautifully done, really well played out, and made me see the character in a different way. So, spoilers from now with what happens ultimately with this part of the narrative. And Olive tells Veronica, you just need to see Alec in a different way to make sure that that crush disappears and you don't feel that he's just this perfect image of romance. And that's exactly what we get. And I thought it was fabulous. And Veronica's response to that in the last few seconds of the episode were just wonderful. It was wonderful, and I really enjoyed it. It does mean I'm not entirely sure where they're going to go with this episode, with the story. I think if they drew a line under it now and moved on, I think it would work, but I feel like maybe they might explore it a little bit here and there. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. I am looking forward to finding out. Kirstie, as always, I love her, and she gave a great performance, particularly when Veronica was trying to change her opinion about Alec by pointing out he was being stupid or ridiculous when he wasn't. I thought that was done very well. Definitely a great episode, brilliantly acted, quite fascinating, a nice look at certain characters in different ways, and I'm very curious to see what happens with certain characters from now.